Hello, this is the GPS Insight Podcast, and I'm your host, Carla Wardin. We're talking to experts about everything to do with fleet and field. From telematics to dash cams to GPS tracking to today's issues, we're exploring what's going on in our industry together. Thanks for listening. Hello, I'm Carla Wardin on the GPS Insight Podcast, and today I'm with our CEO, Charles Layne. How are you, Charles?
I'm great. Thank you. I'm excited to talk to you today.
Thanks for being on the podcast. So how did you get started with GPS Insight, and how has your time been so far?
Yeah, it's a good question. So I was recruited by one of the private equity firms that I'd known for a while, but more importantly, I'm a Phoenix native, and so had known GPS Insight for many years. Actually called on them as a customer back in 2013 when they moved into the building, and was just super impressed with not only the company, but the opportunity. So just was really excited to get going.
Now, when you say you're a Phoenix guy, when you knew about the company, what did you already know about it before you came?
Yeah, what I'd heard from many people in the industry was it's a really great team. For the most part, the people in Phoenix and the Scottsdale area really enjoyed working here. I had met many of the teammates, even at places like the Phoenix Open and within the industry. And what I found from the founder was knowing him so long, which is his creative nature, the technology opportunity, and everything that they were working on, as well as just a fantastic building off the 1-1 in Scottsdale. You can't hardly miss this place when you go by.
It's true. It really does stand out, and it really is a nice place to walk into. I agree. Now that you're here, obviously, fleet management and technology are changing all the time. How are we going to provide these solutions to our customers when everything changes so rapidly?
It's good. It's what I'm finding is the convergence of this company that sits in between IoT as well as AI and big data. And I hate the buzzwords in the industry, but at the end of the day, they're very, very real. This is one of those companies and sectors that really is a late adopter as it relates to modern technology. And I think the opportunity is as we try to harmonize all three of those type of thoughts into a product going forward, you start to compete in a meaningful way because that data from AI and driver behavior and optimizing routes and even looking at carbon footprints starts to change. And many, many customers are focused on this. So as we think about it, we're going forward, we want to start to lead this industry as not only a thought leader, but a technology leader. We're going to continue to be a brand agnostic company as it relates to GPS device, even cameras. Like we have no intent to go build those out. But the reality is there's so many really great players that are adjacent to what we're working on that, again, if we can pull all these things together, we can really make a big difference in this industry.
That's great. And it's always so inspiring when you are making a difference like that. And part of our huge push that we talk about all the time is contributing to driver safety. How will this technology help change that?
Well, maybe just give you a couple of really simple examples. So the power of a camera to look not only forward facing and recognizing what driver behavior looks like, what speed they may be going, even a preventative accident looking forward, but with the camera then reversed and with the AI technology smart enough to say, hey, I recognize in that specific truck that seatbelt's not on, or I recognize in that specific truck based off ELD that there's driver maintenance issues or vehicle maintenance issues that need to be addressed. The fact that we have the opportunity using technology to prevent accidents, to prevent good behavior or to provide good behavior and reinforcement to customers is just gigantic. From an insurance perspective and cost savings, obviously, there's other implications to a business and a corporation using this technology, but first and foremost, just safety. It just makes the roads way easier to get along with.
It's so amazing what we can do with AI and with the cameras and what you can actually see. Actually having a drive-by camera installed in my van this week so that we can evaluate my driving. So basically, so I can understand the product and really talk about it. And everyone at work can watch my videos of it, I think.
I'll be careful. I'll make sure that I know where you're at, depending on how you score.
Thank you very much. Can you share some other examples of how we can help businesses reduce costs and be more efficient?
Sure. I think that when you think about route optimization and you think about where trucks are supposed to be and not, some of the most amazing technology I've seen within the system so far has been, even geotabbing, the ability to understanding where trucks are at, where they're supposed to be. Are they in the yard? Are they traveling the right speed? Do we know what's really going on? The reality is not that anybody expects any bad behavior, but even preventing that, it makes a big deal. Now, the second one is we do have some trucks that we're now watching travel between even border cities and states that we can actually see not only the behavior, but are they being jammed by other technology? Are they being secure? Are we able to turn the vehicle off? Can we change the locks or turn the locks on and off? There's just so much technology as it relates to safety that's available. And it's really about us, and we have a gigantic opportunity, right, to create that next generation of safety for these fleets, as well as to be able to control what they're working on and where they're working through. So it's pretty amazing overall.
For the culture aspect, you talked about how it's so nice to walk into this beautiful building. How does GPS create a positive work environment?
It's interesting. I mean, GPS Insight is really kind of an amalgamation of multiple companies. And so one of the things that I've noticed very, very early is between our CTS brand, our Rhino brand, our Field Aware brand, even in ClearPath, we've got these very unique personalities of businesses that have grown kind of up in telematics. Now, with that said, there's something special about everybody's different personality. So the ability to harmonize and understand what the best of all those different kind of cultures are is super important. But the other side is for us all to really get on the other side of the table, put all our toys on the table, and then pull on the same side of the rope. Like, share emphatically, be open to ideas, be willing to take both criticism and compliments, and really grow together. The other side of it is the sheer volume of being in a technology space like this affords us the right to really be self-selective, meaning there are a lot of folks that really want to join great technology companies. And it doesn't matter if it's in Edmonton, it doesn't matter if it's in Dublin or Scottsdale or Santa Barbara. There's a tremendous demand right now for really great people, but more importantly, people that want to go somewhere that's got systems and process and scale that matters. And this is one of those, I wouldn't call it necessarily weatherproof industries, but as we saw throughout COVID-19, trucks are going to move, inventory is going to flow. And this product, as it relates to how everybody behaves, is not going anywhere. So this is a company that's got tremendous amount of growth potential. It's got a huge total addressable market. And from my perspective, it's just about showing up, making sure that people know who we are, and that we're relevant. And then as you start to build momentum that way, I really think the company will go big in a big way. And I think, nothing like a growing company to create great culture and great fun. It's always funner to be on the winning team than, losing to a competitor.
Yes, that is true. I like how you said you've created a best of. We've created a best of right here at GPS Insight.
That's exactly right.
When you're talking about the future, what's on the horizon? What's happening this year and next?
Yeah, so I think that the main one is really pulling the teams together. First and foremost, we want to get 2023 bedded down and make sure that the team's organized, that we've got great structure, that we're highly repeatable in process execution. You'll see us invest tremendously behind our customers, be it billing and collections, be it to creating invoices, being to answer the phones with pace, be it to implementation. At the end of the day, we want to be the easiest business for our customers to do business with. We even think that there's a gigantic opportunity to make that a differentiated offering. It's sometimes as silly as it sounds, is being super hyper focused on the customer experience can separate you from everyone else. So that's kind of one. Two is, as we think then about the technology, how will we take the best of all those collective brands? If it's snow removal technologies, it is an example in CTS, or if it's the field aware product from an endpoint for the way that our fleets behave in the field, bringing all that technology and harmonizing it into a single product is a big deal. Now, we're not saying that we're ever going to abandon either brands or abandon the technologies or force any type of customer migration. That's really not what we're about. But what we are about is saying, hey, how do we make it super easy to engage, take the best practice, and then share collectively across the entire portfolio all those different products, because they are slightly different in their own kind of way. But there's a pretty big opportunity as relates to making it easier for our customers. That's what we're going to focus on this year and going into next.
Well, I know, and that any company that made you feel a number one as a customer, you love forever.
That's right. Well, no one wants to sit on hold, right? Like, we've all been there, and we want to talk to human beings, regardless of how AI and bots are coming. There's still a component of what that human element is, and we're going to really bet behind
that. Obviously, as a CEO, you are known as a high energy person. Where do you personally get your motivation?
Geez, what a complicated question. I don't know if we've got enough time to get through it all. I would say, growing up, I've been a hyper competitive individual playing sport. I think that when I look at the people that I like to be around, regardless if it's even within my family or with friend groups or within other business communities, they're pretty in tune with wanting to compete and showing up every day, wanting to do right, wanting to grow. And I think that's kind of built into my DNA. But with that said, I also like really great people. So the thing that I can't stand are super competitive people that often act maybe not as nice or polite as they ought to be. And so it's super important for me to be around the right level of people with the right level of attitude that have really good moral compasses, have clear and direct North Stars, but then want to get after it every day. I had a really close colleague one time say to me, the people that he enjoyed being around the most were the people that got speeding tickets on the way to work versus speeding tickets on the way home from work. And that's what just really resonated with me, the concept of love what you do, love who you're working with, love the industry you're in, but then compete because every day is a new day, and let's get after it. So it's something that I've picked up over time, and I just think it's a kind of a great lesson for all of us.
You heard it right here on the GPS Insight podcast. I've been on with Charles Layne, our CEO.
Thanks, Carla.
Thank you so much.